Hello, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning meditation. We are going to get started with 3 7-line prayer. Organ yogi num jansam bemage sarom bola yatsen jogi ngorubne bemajong ne jisurak koru kandro mangpokor ketki jesu dak druki jinji lop chia sheksu so guru pema city home. Organ yogi num jansam bemage sarom bola yatsen jogi ngorubne bemajong ne jesurak koru kandro mangpokor ketki jesu dak druki jinji lop chia sheksu so guru pema city home. Organ yogi num jansam bemage sarom bola yatsen jogi ngorubne bemajong ne jesurak koru kandro mangpokor ketki jesu dak druki jinji lop chia sheksu so guru pema city home. All right, so let's take a moment to remember our motivation for being here today and to generate compassion. So whenever we begin an activity, it's important to start by establishing a proper motivation, one that is not just focused on ourselves and our own happiness, but one that encompasses the happiness of all sentient beings. So let's take a moment to generate compassion and make the wish that our meditation together today will bring a measurable benefit not only for ourselves, but for all sentient beings. The meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha meditation, and this is taught by Jetsama Akon Lamo in her book Stabilizing the Mind. And Jetsama has taught that meditation is the natural state of mind when it is relaxed, stable, and open. And the meditation we'll be doing today is a meditation on the breath. And this meditation trains our mind to be calm and relaxed while also being alert and wakeful. Sorry. So the point of this meditation is to create space in the mind. And creating space in the mind helps us to balance our emotions. It gives us some time, a little bit of breathing room between action and reaction. And usually we have such little time between action and reaction. Anything that happens to us in our day, we just immediately we react to it. It sparks an emotion, and our emotion, maybe someone cuts us off in traffic, and then we get angry, and then we flip them the bird or yell at them or something. And anger is kind of an easy example, but there's but whatever we're doing in our day, we're kind of habitually reacting to it based off of our habits and however we have acted in the past. So when we create space in the mind, it gives us some time to not just act by force of habit, but it gives us space in which we could choose our reaction. And that helps. And in that space also, we start being able to see our emotions arise and dissolve. We start having some space around them so they don't feel so, we're not so close up to them that we have to be moved by them. We can start to see ourselves a little separate from our emotions, and we can see them come up and go away. And this space in the mind also is the first step in the development of bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So take a comfortable seat, either cross-legged or in a chair, and place your hands in your lap, gently relaxed. Check in with your posture. Your spine is straight like a stack of coins. Your shoulders are open. Your elbows are out a little bit so that you have room around your rib cage to breathe. And your eyes are going to stay open. You can look down your nose. You can imagine a line going down the bridge of your nose, down, down, down to the ground. And just find a place along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then lastly, place the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth. It's like saying the letter L. Allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally. Just breathe in your natural rhythm. If you need to take a deep breath to get some tension out first, you could do that. And then put a very light attention on your breathing. It's like taking your pulse. You don't try to change it in any way, just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. And when thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. You can just let them pop. You don't even have to look to see what they are. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So it's okay if thoughts come and go through your mind, but when you find yourself hooked by a thought and following it along, as soon as you notice it, drop the thought and come back to your breath. If it's really difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine picking them up with tongs and dropping them, or you could imagine cutting them with scissors and throwing them away. But you always return to your single-pointed concentration on your breath. Return again and again to that gossamer thin attention on your breath. So now we're going to do a short 5-minute sit, and then we'll do a little bit of a longer sit. So just keep coming back to your breath. Okay, so that was our first round of meditation. Even just meditating for 5 minutes like that on a regular basis, it really makes a difference in our minds, and helps to loosen our habits and creates that space in the mind. Um, so even if you can just meditate for a minute a day, a couple minutes a day, on a regular basis, it really adds up over time. It's kind of like the equivalent of parking far away from the grocery store, walking and walking in, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. You know, those little bits of exercise add up. And similarly, just finding time for a minute or two of meditation in our busy, busy schedules, just 1 minute to kind of go against the grain of how we act the rest of the time. That really adds up. And if you're doing a formal meditation session, if you're sitting down in your wherever your meditation space is, we do try to practice with this 7-point posture, which is what I was describing before the first round of meditation. But if you are just out and about in your day and you want to meditate, all you need to do is have a straight spine and relaxed body. That's it. Just, you could be standing or sitting, straight spine, relaxed body. And then you can just focus on your breath. You can also do this meditation focusing on a flower or a candle or an image of the Buddha. Yongey Mingyur Rinpoche has also said you can do this meditation, this kind of meditation, just like on pretty much any object. Like you could be in the grocery store line and the woman in front of you is wearing a blue coat, and you rest your attention on the blue of her coat. And that's it, for a minute while you're waiting in the grocery line. Dzongchen Khyentse Rinpoche has also even given the example of resting your attention on something as simple as a doorknob or something. And when we rest our attention on something like that, when we're not engaging in our habitual tendencies of grasping and liking and not liking, and when we're not engaging in that, when we just take a break for a minute, even if we're just focusing on our breath or a doorknob or the coat in front of us or anything, but just doing this meditation of just resting the mind. For one thing, it's very restful. And also, in that amount of time, we're not engaging in we're not creating the karma that we normally are. So normally we are constantly creating karma with the way that we interact with things, with liking and not liking and reacting to things and all of the actions that come out of our liking and not liking. So if we just take a moment to take a break from that, for at least that moment, you're not creating any negative karma, because you're not getting caught up in your thoughts, and you're not saying mean things, you're not doing things ignorantly or out of greed, or you are doing something very neutral. You're resting your mind, and so at least during that time, you're not making a karmic mess. So just for 1 minute in your day. So yeah, finding time, a minute here and there to meditate, is very helpful. And then, of course, if you can do longer meditation sessions once you're comfortable doing that, that's really wonderful to do as well. You can just build up as you get more and more comfortable. You can build up and doing the meditation for longer and longer. So we are going to do a longer sit now. So I'll set a longer timer. All right. So we'll get back in your meditation posture. If there's anything you need to adjust about the way that you're sitting, you can do that now. If you need to loosen your clothes in any way, or adjust your cushion. Then when you're ready, you're going to sit with a straight back. Your spine is straight like a stack of coins. Hands are in your lap. Eyes are relaxed and following the line of your nose, following, a line going down your nose down to the ground. Just find a point along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then place the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth. And relax completely and breathe normally. And then put a very light attention on your breathing. Don't try to control it at all. Just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. All right. So now, just as we dropped our thoughts during our meditation, now we drop our meditation and our experience of meditation. We let it go. And we'll close with some dedication prayers. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas all together, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I who have come in the same way to benefit beings pray to attain these qualities. By this effort may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. All right. Thanks for coming.